Of the 3-on-3 Hoops Pod. My name is Kevin Roberts, and I'm joined by the one and only Coach Jared Dent, aka Coach J of Score Hoops 3-on-3 Basketball. And today on the show, we have a very special guest. Not just any guest, Coach, but our very first guest on the pod, and a super special guest, and a guest I know you hold very near and dear to your heart. A co-founder of Score Hoops 3-on-3 Basketball, ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Coach J, aka
Mrs. Coach J.
Thank
everybody.
you, thank you so much for joining us. I would have let your husband introduce you, of course, but this is only a 30-minute podcast, and I know I don't want his introduction to go like Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. So.
Give me all my accolades. Yes.
That's funny.
But
get the B-roll going.
Yep. But we're happy to have you on for you and Coach Jay to talk about Score Hoops 3-on-3 basketball and your story. But before we get to know you guys better, let me just remind everyone that this podcast was put together by myself and Coach Jay, and we're just two coaches who linked up with each other on social media because the youth basketball programs that we run. We both run youth 3-on-3 basketball programs on opposite sides of the country. Coach J and D over there in Phoenix, Arizona, running Score Hoops 3-on-3, and myself, I run a basketball program here in Tampa, Florida called 3-on-3 Live. And when Coach J and I linked up, we had an instant connection because we have the same passion for our programs, and we absolutely love 3-on-3 basketball and all the benefits that comes along with playing it for young hoopers. And we both love to see young hoopers develop their games, get more confidence, and most of all, we love to see kids have fun and hopefully fall in love with the sport that we both love. So if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts, I want to let you know that we are also available. The video version of this podcast is also available on YouTube. So be sure to like and subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating. Download, share. You don't have to listen if you don't want to, but go ahead and download, subscribe. We would love to have you listen, of course. But
they better listen.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you say some crazy stuff, but we'll get to that later.
That's fine, man. Hey, I'm saying it because I want them to hear it. What's the saying? If a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there.
That's true. That's true. And one more thing, we are.
So does this podcast really exist if nobody's listening?
No. Trust me, it exists. No, we definitely have listeners.
Oh, it exists.
Oh, yeah.
It exists. It exists.
We in here.
It exists.
If you're on Facebook, we also have a group that I started, 3-on-3 Hoops Tribe. We are up to 140 members, Coach. So I'd just like to thank everyone for that, and I hope it keeps growing. And so please keep sharing. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, so if you can follow us on there as well. Coach, are you part of our 3-on-3 Hoops Tribe? Did you join the group yet?
I haven't joined the group yet, man. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not as active on Facebook as the other social platforms.
That's all right.
But I'm gonna get on there. Because that's part of the reason why we do the 3-on-3 the pod here as well. It's building a sense of community.
Yep.
So to take it off of the video mediums, we can just talk to people, connect to people around the country and the world. So I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll make sure to give my contributions.
We know you're part of the tribe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Like I mentioned before, we have our very first guest on the pod, and what we're going to do is for this interview segment, we're going to turn Coach J from co-host to co-guest, and I want to conduct an interview with the both of you, so you guys have an opportunity to talk about your program. So, D, I want to start with you, and why don't you go ahead and just formally introduce your program, and go ahead and introduce it as if I've never mentioned it on the pod.
I'm Dee. I'm one of the co-founders of Score Hoops 3-on-3 Basketball here in the sunny Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I mean, what makes us stand out basically is, Score Hoops is just, it's not just about basketball. We try to, help kids build that confidence, get some sportsmanship in them, and just enjoy and love the game of basketball. So, we like to make sure that we help them, elevate their play and, like I mentioned, enjoy the game overall. So it's not just another program in our community. We have a different niche, and that's what makes us special. Because we not only, care about them and wanting them to build that confidence, but we also want to teach them something that they can use along the way as growing up. So we just like to make things a little bit different and, and help out our community as much as we can.
Awesome. So who came up with the idea first between you two?
Oh, he did. Definitely. It was all him.
I was going to sit back and wait and see what she said.
Well,
I was going to sit back and wait, but
all right. Well,
she answered it appropriately.
Coach Jay, what inspired you to start Score Hoops 3-on-3? And and you can also tell us what the journey was like from your initial idea to the moment it became a reality.
Yeah, so, I got my start in the sports industry, in the entrepreneurship space as, being a personal trainer. Doing that for 7 to 8 years when I still lived out in Cali. It was, I grew it to a spot to where I knew I wanted to scale, but I kind of felt like I wanted to pivot into something different, like something that I can build more of a sense of community with, right? And first thing I thought was about basketball. And then one night I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw one of those Facebook ads about to start your 3-on-3 league. And that was like the aha moment. Fast forward, me and Dee was actually on vacation one time in Miami, laying on the beach chilling. And I just brought the whole idea up to her. I was like, hey, what do you think about starting this? And she was with it. And then like from that point, we started the journey pretty much on that beach conversation in Miami, Florida.
So how did you feel when from that idea on the beach? What was the first, the first time when you felt like, oh, this is actually happening?
So we went through the process of signing up. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. So even then, it kind of still didn't seem real. It didn't really start seeming real until that first basketball clinic that we had out here at Isaiah Ryder's gym, the Battlegrounds in Tempe. And, like when you start things or you have like an idea, you really don't know what it's really going to be. But when we did that first basketball clinic, I was like, dang, this is even better than I thought it was going to be. And it wasn't even a league yet or a tournament or anything. It was just a basketball clinic. And we had about 15 kids. They all had their Score Hoop shirts on. We were in there doing the skills and drills. And all I was thinking about to myself was like, okay, this is the start of something that we got something here. We got something here.
Nice. Coach, are you D? Are you a coach, or do we call you Coach D, or we just call you D? What do we call you here?
I'm not a coach. I coached probably one clinic, and I must have lost my mind. But no.
Oh, you coached, so we're gonna call you Coach D here. We got Coach J and Coach D. So, Coach D, what's your sports background or basketball? Are you a former player, or were you involved in sports as a child? Tell us about your background.
I've always had a love and passion for sports. Basketball was pretty much the main sport that I played growing up. Started out in elementary school up into high school level. So that's my background in it, and I just always had the love for it. And it was something that I felt came easy to me, and it was something that I really enjoyed doing. I wish I could have played it longer. But that's why, us starting this made me want to do it, because I'm like, okay, this is a way that I can get back involved. So when he brought it up to me, on that trip to Miami, I was like, we already both realized that we had a love for sports. That's that's pretty much what brought us together. So just adding wit and adding to that partnership, it makes it better.
What position did you play?
I played forward.
Forward. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what, as far as you're the co-founder of Score Hoops 3-on-3, what role do you play as far as like shaping the program's vision, or objectives?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I do a lot of the day-to-day operations. So, like the background things of, finding, and especially in the beginning, trying to find gym space, trying to, you know, um, hustle and bustle and get kids involved into our program. Just trying to find those partnerships because we do. I know in the previous episodes you guys discussed, some of our after-school programs that we have. So just locating those local schools and seeing who could, commit to our program along with us and just showing the value behind Score Hoops 3-on-3. So a lot of that day to day and communicating with the parents, over communicating with the parents because boy, we get all kind of questions.
Yeah, no,
Even when we give all the answers.
Questions.
No,
Yeah.
They're constantly calling or they're emailing or they're forgetting things that, I'm that person that reminds all of our parents about our games and, and when they're going to be held and when the training sessions are. So all that, back end operation stuff is the majority of what I do.
What so you said you played forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to know who is the most competitive out of you two?
Most competitive? We're both competitive.
Well, somebody has to be more competitive.
Especially when we're playing Jenga or Uno or that's why he has no comment right now.
Oh no, I was waiting for her to finish. I was waiting for her to finish.
Oh, I think she's finished.
Okay, well, I don't know if you think 30% is a lot. Hey, if we're doing baseball, 30% is a lot. You batting 300, that's real good. Hey, 3 times out of 10 is good in baseball. So if she says that's a lot, she wins 3 out of 10.
You're right.
She does. She wins a lot.
I don't want to cause any family disputes here or family feuds here. So staying on the competition, how do you guys balance? This is for either of you guys. How do you guys balance the competitive nature of basketball with making sure you're fostering a positive and inclusive environment for all the kids? Do you guys give participation trophies at all, or how do you guys manage that?
Well, we do, and I'll be 100% honest. I'm not really a participation trophy guy.
Me neither.
We didn't grow up in that. Yeah, we didn't grow up in that era. But it's just like like with everything, you kind of gotta get with the time. We give trophies to winners. We even give trophies to runner-ups. But everybody else will give them like a thanks for joining us certificate, something like that.
I like
so
that.
They don't necessarily get a trophy for winning 7th place. But we do kind of give them like a certificate of thanks for coming out and competing. And there's definitely not you guys finished 7th out of 8. Good job. It's not a bad job, but because I always felt, whenever we finished maybe like 3rd or 4th, I was always kind of mad because like those guys got the bigger trophies than us. So that kind of, that's kind of like my reverse psychology behind it. Like, okay, if you want to get a trophy, try harder.
No, yeah.
And I hope that doesn't sound bad, but that's like the reality of it,
That's how we should teach our kids, and that's the way you learn how to overcome adversity. And I hate to say because I know parents, their heart is in the right place where they want to give the I can't even say the word participation.
Participation.
They don't give the green ribbon
just
to these kids just for participating in the sport. And there has to be winners and losers because you'll never know how to win if you don't know how to overcome your losses.
Right.
I will say this. I was on your page on Score Hoops on your Instagram page, and one of the videos on there it showed you, Coach Jay, coaching up the kids after a loss. And in one of those videos you said, I think you said, I know they're good, but you're good too.
Y'all gotta start taking that personal. Y'all just giving up easy lifts and just like smiling like it's just, they're just good. It don't matter if they good. Y'all good too, but you're not showing it. Y'all gotta play defense. Y'all got to. I tell y'all that on Saturday every.
And I love that, and I love like how you coach the players even after losses or whatever. So I think that's something you guys do provide, that you're good coaching like that in your program.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
what do you guys? Can either of you guys share a success story on what maybe would show the impact your program had on one of your young players? Do you guys have like a success story that you guys want to share?
Well, I probably have a couple, but we've seen a lot of growth, especially in a few of our players who have been coming since the start of our program. And not only has it been growth in the skill level, this particular player, I don't know if I should mention his name or I don't know, but he's learned a lot from Coach Jay, how to control his attitude during, losing situations. He still has a lot of growing to do. I mean, he's only 10 years old, but, he's been coming to, since 7, something like that. And and just learning how to effectively play defense and dribble the ball. Because, in the beginning, he didn't know how to dribble that ball. He's a lot better now. And the confidence is showing in him. And he really enjoys working with Coach. Their family loves our program, and they've always been very supportive of us. So, that's one particular scenario. We also have a lot of other kids in that same situation that just continue to grow. And like you mentioned earlier, Coach, he, not only builds them up and having, those conversations with them when they're feeling down because they lost, it helps them realize, like you mentioned, you're not going to always win, but it feels great when you do have that win, and then, you get that achievement, and then you get to show off that trophy that you get.
So along those same lines, and again, this is for either one of you, along those same lines, like beyond the dribbling and, learning how to dribble and shoot, like what life lessons do you hope kids pick up from Score Hoops 3-on-3?
Where do I start? Being accountable. That's one thing about sports. You can take tons of life lessons from it. And one of them is just being accountable. Think about, just related to 3-on-3 basketball. You have to be accountable because there's only 3 of you guys out there. So you have to be accountable for your man on defense. You got to be accountable for spacing. You got to be accountable for moving without the basketball. So, just accountability on that front, just being ready to go. That's one thing I'm big with, especially my middle school kids, just like your mindset. So it's things outside of basketball that the kids will benefit from. Just, having a positive overall mindset, learning how and knowing how to be mentally locked in for, however long you're out there. These are things that kids are going to need when they're adults and they have jobs and stuff like that. They're going to have to be accountable for whatever it is that their position is. You get what I'm saying? They're going to have to, know attention to detail. That's another thing that I'm big on, attention to detail. The mental thing, just being mentally focused and locked into your job. So, those are the big non-basketball things that, I really, really hope that the kids get out of the program.
And I think, and this is a reason why we love the 3-on-3 model, because it gives, just having a smaller number of, teammates that does promote like the communication, and it brings out a leadership quality. And the bigger the group is, the more shy kids can tend to be. They'll kind of they'll start to form cliques over here,
fade off to the back.
One kid kind of fade off in the back. So I do like what you mentioned, being accountable, and especially within a small group, like your 2 teammates are on the court are counting on you to do certain things.
Like for sure, like they're for sure counting on you. There's no question about it. Yeah. Like, hey, there's only 2 of us over here. We need you too. Yeah.
Yep. And you guys, talk to each other more. And that's why we love the 3-on-3 model, because it does bring that out. So, all right. So,
for sure.
Coach D, Caitlyn Clark. I just read that she is set to sign. I don't know if you saw this, Coach. I saw that. You saw that? Okay. So, she is set to sign a $28 million contract with Nike, which would be the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player ever. And this is only days after her jersey came out as like the top selling draft night pick jersey for all sports, including the big bad NFL in Fanatics history. But how would you describe the influence of someone like Caitlyn Clark on female athletes, and what is your hope in regards to girl basketball players in score hoops 3-on-3?
Yeah, I mean, I think Caitlyn is phenomenal. She definitely, the kids are looking up to her. She's been a standout player since, playing, and I think that she will, she's going to have a lot of significant influence on young female athletes from today and God knows how long. I just think she's going to be a powerful role model for those female athletes. Because she's not only talented, she shows that she is a hard worker. She has that determination to win, even though she didn't get that win, but maybe she'll get it in the WNBA, or maybe she'll decide to go play in the Big Three. We never know. I mean, she's just, representing women in a big way. I mean, we all know about the money situation in the WNBA and how the players don't get paid, but this, getting that Nike deal is going to help a lot because it's going to increase her income, and then hopefully that will increase the chances of the future, women basketball players that come into, the big leagues like that. So she's doing a lot for not only basketball, but for, the female population.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you guys, as far as score hoops 3-on-3, you guys wanting to recruit more female players?
Man,
what's your vision with that?
I so
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, so bad. Yeah, so
Jay
bad.
always
So
talks
bad.
about, girls listen more. They follow instructions more. You can even just when you're watching, girls play, you can tell that they're putting those plays into place. He'll tell a group of guys to go run a play and they'll forget in 30 seconds. So, I think he
10
really,
seconds.
yeah, that too. I think it would be great for our program to get more girls, and we're trying so hard. So whoever's listening to this, bring your girls out to us. I mean, we have, my representation, Coach Jay is good with not only boys, but girls too. So, I think it'll do a lot for our program.
Yep. That's great. So one last question before we get to have a rapid fire section that I want to do. But one last question before that. If you had a magic wand and you could make anything happen for score hoops 3-on-3 basketball, what would it be? I guess this would be your big vision. Don't be scared to proclaim it. Say it out in the open.
I would like to get a lot of community support, from those big name companies, who are looking to place, some sponsorship or anything to reach out to us. These are the things that we need to be able to get into the community fully. So, getting our name more out there, working with more schools, and people just generally just saying yes. And then just back to the whole thing with the girls playing, I would love to see us get more girl involvement too. So that's what I'm looking for, just, a little help from the community, and then we can give back to the community as well.
For me, my biggest vision is just to be able to do these leagues just throughout the valley, right? We do it in South Phoenix now, but we want to be able to move it over to the East Valley, up to the Northeast area, Scottsdale area, and then Northwest. Like Phoenix is kind of like, it's like, separated into like different areas. So, I want to just get those leagues, get the brand spread out, around Phoenix, and have these leagues in different communities, in addition to expanding the after school programs.
That's awesome. And I see you guys are partnering up with Phoenix Mercury. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, we sure are. At the end of May, we're going to have, our playoffs from our spring league going to be held at the Footprint Center where the Suns and the Mercury play. So we're really, really excited about that. The kids are excited.
That looks awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I'm not even there.
Come on out.
We'll have some video.
Right,
You'll be able to check it out.
All right. So finally, I'm going to go just through rapid fire questions. All right. These are going to be fun questions. Now, Coach D, are you familiar with FIBA 3x3 as far as the shot clock goes?
No.
Okay. So So you didn't see the episode that I did then, because I did a whole episode explaining what the difference is with
They
FIBA
caught up
3x3.
yet, but I'm watching them.
I'm just but anyway, so FIBA 3x3 has a 12-second shot clock, so that's what we're gonna go here. You have 12 seconds to answer these questions. So supposedly rapid fire. They're really simple questions, really easy questions, and we'll do ladies first. Favorite greatest basketball player of all time.
Bryant.
Coach Jay.
Kobe.
I forgot you guys were late. This might not go the way I wanted to because you guys are Laker fans. I forgot.
No, we good. Let's go. We good. Come on.
Right.
Let me with the Lakers.
Let me. There's a guy that Kobe emulated. I mean, his name was Michael Jordan.
I don't know, man. Anthony Edwards low key looking like Michael Jordan, man. But I'm gonna just hold that for another episode. We'll have that for another. We'll have that for another conversation another time.
All right, rapid questions. All right, best basketball movie ever made.
Love and Basketball.
Above the Rim.
Go ahead, Coach Jay. I like that. All right, Coach Jay, this one's for you. You could challenge any NBA player to a game of one-on-one. Who would it be?
Luka Doncic.
Okay, and Coach D, what would the score be if they were playing the 20?
What's the score? 20.
That's whack, man.
20-2.
Yeah, me. Yeah, me.
Wait, hold on, man. I asked. Wait, what was the score? I didn't hear the score. What was the score?
20-2.
Oh, it's two. How does Coach J score the 2 points?
Get into the bucket.
Yeah. He'll probably feed around Luka or something.
Luka's not feeding foot, man.
Right. Not bad. Okay, so and the last one, and this is an easy one for both of you guys. If you could sum up Score Hoops 3-on-3 basketball in 3 words, what would they be?
Next best thing.
3 words.
I like that. Next best thing. I like that.
Yeah, what he said.
That's her 3 words. What
like
he
that.
said.
Anything? I know. Is there anything you guys want to pitch or say about Score Hoops 3-on-3 basketball that we didn't cover? I'll let you guys pitch it however you want. The floor is yours.
Yeah, we kick off our 3-on-3 spring league tomorrow night. This season we added some clinics in there, like some training sessions in there. So we're gonna kick that off tonight, sort of like a combine for me to kind of pick teams, because weirdly enough, we got a lot of free agents instead of teams sign up. So in the interest of fairness, I need to be able to see all the players so I can build the teams evenly. But the first round of games is this Saturday. So for the next 4 weeks, we'll be doing that. We'll be training. We'll be running our 3-on-3 games. And then, as you mentioned, you see the partnership with the Phoenix Mercury. So end of May, we'll be at the Footprint Center with those teams vying for a championship. So that's what we got going for this spring. And, going forward for the summer, we got some interesting stuff planned too. But I'll leave that for a later time.
Awesome. Well, Coach D, thank you for joining us. That was such a pleasure. Oh, wait. One more question. I know Coach J is a diehard Laker fan, and are you a Laker fan too, or how hard? Okay, so you guys are both. So, how are you guys holding up after last night's wrenching loss?
That was a tough one for sure, but
that was.
I have confidence in my team, and.
So who picks who up after something like that? Are you guys just both sad in the house, or are you guys taking out on the kids, or how does that look like?
No,
we quickly get over it.
I just turn the channel and start watching something else.
I'm on YouTube, like the 3-on-3 Hoops podcast.
Yep.
That sounds like a Laker fan, actually. You probably just move on to the Yankees or Braves or
yeah.
Yankees?
It's Brave season. Hey, it's Brave season, man. I'm there on the couch every day watching that thing.
Well, I had a gut wrenching loss also, so I'm a Sixer fan.
I know.
So it was rough for me. I did text my friend the score of the Phillies and Reds game, which was 7-0 Phillies. So
Oh man,
me up a little bit.
yeah, I see y'all trying to catch up in the standings a little bit,
baseball.
but we're not worried about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. All
right.
I secretly root for the 76ers, man. So I don't have any slick or sly remarks for you. I want Joel Embiid and Maxey to succeed in life.
Okay.
I want you to
That's
succeed
good.
in life
That's
also.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I want you guys to succeed with Score Hoops 3-on-3. I love it. So before we go, I just want to quickly mention that summer league registration is open for 3-on-3 Live. We have a 4-week league. All games are on Sundays. June 23rd, June 30th, July 7th, and July 14th. Those are the game days. It's boys and girls divisions, grades 2nd through 12th. All games played at Slam Tampa, which is a wonderful facility. And for more information, go out and register and visit 3on3live.com. All right, so we normally end this show with a quote from Coach Jay, but I want to do something different this time since we have a special guest on. And this can, either of you can answer this, but if you guys want to give any advice that you guys would give to someone who wants to start their own youth sports program or organization, what advice would you give them?
Just go all in.
I would give them patience.
Definitely.
Just make sure you have it and just stay determined.
All right. Coach, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Coach D, Coach J, thank you guys for joining us. Coach J, of course, will be with us regularly on this podcast. Thank you again for being our first guest, and we are out.